while ago, I went over my top 5 least favourite anime characters. So I decided to make the opposite of that. That means I'm going to be going over my top 5 favourite anime characters. To be honest, sometimes I don't even know how these characters became my favourite characters. They just are. I just feel like that's the same with everybody. There's always something about a certain character that you just can't not love. So that's kind of what I put together. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. What are your top 5 favourite anime characters? If any of my favourite anime characters are also your favourite anime characters, and if you have any video suggestions for the future, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's get into the video! At number 5, we have Inosuke. Now, Inosuke is definitely my favourite character from Demon Slayer. Yes, he may be bland, but he is absolutely funny as hell and absolutely badass. For those who don't know, I watch anime in English. And if you also didn't know, Bryce Papenbrook is my favourite voice actor of all time. I just feel like he is an amazing voice actor. Plus, he voices Inosuke. And that just kind of sums up everything that I like about him. Like, his voice is amazing. Like, he is just so funny. Plus, his beast breathing, that is really, really cool. Because nobody else has beast breathing. So I'm intrigued to learn more about how he learnt to do beast breathing. Assuming that they actually reveal how he learnt this in Demon Slayer. Plus, as far as we know, he's the only Demon Slayer who dual wields, so that adds more fire to the fire, I guess. Plus, his swords, like, they are pretty badass. Like, serrated swords, that just makes him stand out even more. Plus, it doesn't help out the fact that, you know, he gets on everybody's nerves. But that's probably one of the funniest things about him. Plus, Inosuke is just an absolute badass. Like, I love the fact that he's able to, like, redesign his organs however he wishes. So that helped him avoid death in Season 2. Literally, I was so scared when it looked like he was about to die in Season 2. Because, like, without Inosuke, I feel like the show just isn't the same. Like, I just absolutely adore Inosuke. He's funny, he's badass, and he's just an amazing character. At number 4, we have Zoro from One Piece. Now, Zoro is by far my most favourite character in One Piece. If you know me quite well, the first time I tried to get into One Piece didn't pan out that well. But I did like Zoro. So, recently I decided to pick it back up, give it another chance. And Zoro was the biggest contribute to me continuing watching One Piece. Because Zoro is just a big fat mood. Zoro's sense of direction is worse than Billie Eilish without auto-tune. Literally, Zoro just cannot tell the difference from left to right, and just cannot get to the simplest of places. Like, that's just a fat mood. But he's still an amazing swordsman. Even though that there are other characters, both in the One Piece universe and maybe outside of the One Piece universe, who uses more swords than Zoro, he sticks with the 3-sword style. And he uses it so well. So well, in fact, that he has beaten characters that use more swords than him. Like, for example, that long-nosed guy from Enies Lobby. Cannot remember his name. I'm very sorry. But he uses something called the 4-sword style, even though his style is 2 swords in, well, both his hands, and then using his kicks. So they're not technically swords, but he does find a way to combine them into making a 4-sword style. And Zoro kicked his ass. So that kind of proves how badass Zoro is. Plus, I love the fact that Zoro is super serious all the time, but in a way that is also very comedic. Plus, I also love the fact how loyal he is to both Luffy and his crew members. Absolute badass. So, that pretty much sums up why I like Zoro so much. At number 3, we have Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, the first time I tried to get into JoJo, I wasn't as big of a fan as I am of it now. Like, literally, I did not like it that much. But when I got into part 3, that's when it properly kicked off. And Jotaro is a big contribution to that. Like, straight away, like, about 10 minutes into it, he calls his mum a bitch! Like, how many people do you know in anime that called their own mother a bitch? Like, come on, that's pretty badass and pretty ballsy. Like, this guy is absolutely badass and ballsy and does not give a f***. Like, I love that in an anime character. A serious badass who doesn't take shit from anyone. Plus, he's OP as hell, he's badass, and he's probably got one of the best stands ever. Another type of character that I really like in anime is a serious badass who uses arseholeness to make it funny. And Jotaro definitely accomplishes this. He is a serious badass who is a complete and utter arsehole but makes it funny. Plus, he does care, he just prefers not to show it on the surface. So I can dig that. At number 2, we have Sasuke. Now, I'm sure you may be confused because Sasuke is my favourite anime character from my favourite anime of all time. Well, I do have another anime character that I do love a little bit more than Sasuke. But we're going to get into that later. Let's talk about Sasuke. Sasuke is a literal GOAT. Right from when he was first introduced, I knew I was going to love Sasuke right from the get-go. His backstory was so emotionally sad. Like, you can't not love Sasuke after hearing his backstory. That is just sad, bruh. Like, I also love his fight scenes. Like, his fight scenes are always the GOAT. Plus, I found it funny as hell when Naruto and Sasuke had their first, tussle with each other. Then some kid bumped into the back of Naruto, and then they ended up snogging. Even though it was censored because, 4 kids. Still though, it was funny. Literally, Sasuke witnessed his entire village dead. He ran home only to see his mother and father dead on the floor with blood splattered all over the house. And he saw that his older brother was the cause of it. Of course, he didn't know the reason behind it, but Itachi made it so that Sasuke made him look like he was the enemy. Like, mate. Then Sasuke vowed to avenge his clan by killing his brother. And he just accomplished it with some very badass moments. Like, he trained rigorously, he studied hard, and he became an absolute badass. Then he went a bit cuckoo because of Orochimaru, went to Orochimaru, and became one of the most wanted ninjas in the entire world. Then he joined up with the Akatsuki and made things a whole lot worse. He wanted to destroy his entire village, but then he wanted to destroy the entire shinobi world, kill the 5 Kage, and then rebuild the shinobi world in his own viewpoint. But, obviously, Naruto knocked some sense into him. He's all good now. And now he's travelling the world to not only make up for the sins he committed, but to protect the Hidden Leaf Village from the outside, while Naruto protects it from the inside. That right there is an amazing character. And finally, in number 1, we have Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins. Now, this may be confusing to most people, but Seven Deadly Sins was the first proper anime that I got into. And Meliodas was a massive part of it because he's just funny as hell, but also a badass. Meliodas just is a combination of a character that I always look for in an anime. He's funny, he's badass, he's a swordsman, he's overpowered as hell, he's a little bit, 18 plus, but he's also very caring and has an amazing backstory. Meliodas has spent 3,000 years just so he could find a way to break his curse as well as Elizabeth, his one true love. So that way they can be together finally. But in order to do this, he has to put up with the fact that he keeps meeting Elizabeth and then she has short lives as a human and dying right in front of him. And if Elizabeth regains her memories, within 3 days she dies. And the process starts all over again. That's just sad, man. Like, he must have been through real hell, you know? How would you like it if you spent a crap ton of years re-meeting the one person you love, then watching them die to only meet them again but have no memories of you, but also cursed to fall in love with you? And the whole thing, like, does a whole loop. Like, that is just sad, man. Like, plus, Meliodas is an absolute monster in a fight. His full counter ability, plus his demon form, he is an absolute badass. But he can also be a bit soft sometimes. I like that. He knows when to be soft, but he also knows how to turn on the switch and go into beast mode. On top of that, he's a swordsman. Like, if you can't guess, my favourite type of anime character is usually a swordsman. I am a massive fan of sword fighters. And Meliodas is by far one of the most badass sword fighters I have ever seen in my life. I honestly don't think I'll ever love anybody more than Meliodas. I think he'll always be my number 1 favourite anime character. Plus, next time Comic-Con comes around, I am cosplaying as Meliodas. Even though he's tiny and I'm 6'5". So that's gonna be a tiny bit awkward. But still, I just love Meliodas. And now then, guys, hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. What are some of your favourite anime characters? If I mentioned any of your favourite anime characters on this list, and if you have any video suggestions for the future, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Did you enjoy the video as much as I did making it? If you did, be sure to give it a massive thumbs up, comment down below, share this video with a friend, and if you're new, subscribe to my channel. It's been Inferno today. Okay, that's all from me, so until the next time, this is Inferno, signing off. Bye!